We're not psychiatrists. We're not claiming Chris Cuomo has a rage problem or roid rage problem. You know, we don't know where it comes from. We just know that sometimes Chris Cuomo does get angry, okay? Pretty darn angry. And when he does, we pay attention. Sometimes it's at us. Recently, he was very angry at people who've been vaccinated or had the coronavirus, who have antibodies, who are immune from getting it, apparently, and they're not wearing masks. And that infuriated Chris Cuomo. Watch.
There's nothing wrong with wanting to know when this could all end, but it's hard to see how attacking Fauci helps. You know when it ends. It ends when they get our crap together, right? So that's why it is baffling when you have people like Senator Ted Cruz joining Rand Paul in ditching his mask as they walk the halls of Congress. And the current CDC guideline states very clearly that if you're vaccinated, you got to still keep taking precautions like wearing a mask. You can still get sick. You won't be as sick, but you could give it to somebody else.
Of course, the CDC doesn't really explain why. That's the question, why? Just tell us, but no one ever does. But more to the point, Chris Cuomo's mad that, say, Rand Paul, who's been vaccinated, isn't wearing a mask. And that's dangerous for reasons, again, he doesn't explain. But here's the best part. Wasn't it Chris Cuomo who had the coronavirus, who was capable of transmitting it to other people, who was wandering around Long Island with no mask on? Kind of Typhoid Mary of cable news? Apparently, a guy called David Whalen saw it. He came on our show to report what he saw. Here it is.
I just said, don't you have the coronavirus? Shouldn't you be quarantined? And I think his next words were, what the hell do you know about this? What do you know about the rules? I said, you're not supposed to be out here. Nobody had gloves on. Nobody had masks on.
Oh, it's so awesome. Matt Walsh is the host of the Matt Walsh Show. Probably the smartest guy on Twitter, by the way, if you ever go there. He joins us now. Matt, thanks so much for coming on. It's just hard to resist this. Why is it that people of a certain sort always attack others for doing the exact same thing they themselves have done?
Yeah, by the way, smartest guy on Twitter is kind of a low bar, so...
It's the hottest Supreme Court justice I know.
Yeah. Look, obviously the rank hypocrisy of anyone named Cuomo lecturing anyone about anything to do with COVID is, I think, should be obvious to anybody. But also, just the whole idea that you have to mask. I mean, we can't emphasize this enough. The idea that you have to mask after getting a vaccine is so fundamentally insane. It's hard to wrap your mind around. The CDC claims, what they say is that your chance of there being a breakthrough case of you getting COVID after a vaccine, it's like 0.0008% or something. I mean, if your risk management philosophy is that you still have to mask even with that kind of risk, then how could you ever get behind the wheel of a car? Your chance of dying behind the wheel is much, much higher. Your chance of dying from a lightning strike is about the same. So how do you ever walk outside your house? It just doesn't make any sense. If this is what we're being told, and if the vaccines are as effective as what we're told, assuming all of that, then I guess we're just going to wear masks forever. I guess that's the case because masking, it's obvious now that masking is not about COVID. It hasn't been about COVID for a long time. It's really about, it's a badge of honor. It's like a signifier of, in the Catholic Church, when you get baptized, and Cuomo pretends to be Catholic, so he should know this, they give you a white garment, and they say that the baby, it's an outward sign of their Christian dignity. I think that for the religion of the mask cultist, a mask is now like an outward sign of their wokeness. It's like this religious symbol, which means that we're going to be wearing them forever, at least if they get their way.
I'd liken it to the Kim Il-sung pin that you see all around downtown Pyongyang. It's like a little obedience signifier. Like, yes, I'm following the orders. It's unbelievable. Matt Walsh, it's great to see you tonight. Thank you. A man who does not follow the orders. Thank God.